Fun of
Diabetes, diabetes. I'd like to keep my sweets a secret. Oh. Very calm and peaceful.
But I thought you hated Canada. I thought you hated the Western world.
Love it. Well, hello guys. Welcome back to another video.
Okay, let's check out the ensemble for today. I see we have our diving headgear on, and we are wearing that hideous snowman sweater, as well as the rose-colored glasses.
Today I'm going to be telling you about my story time of me being in the hospital yesterday. So I was in the ER for, sorry for the sun dust.
And by the way, full Puta lipstick on display.
For like 12 hours. So here's what happened. So yesterday I had a eye doctor appointment. So I went to the...
Is it just me, or does it look like there's insects flying around in this car because of the angle of the sun? I don't know if that's lint or if there's a new family of fruit flies, fresh ones, that have sprouted up in the car.
Eye doctor appointment. And then, you know, as I was pulling into the driveway, I felt dizzy, and I noticed I was a lot more dizzy, and like my vision was more blurry than usual. And then during the exam, they had to put these contrast eye drops in to see behind my eyes, and it made my vision even more blurry.
Which is
so I had to wait
completely
in my
normal
car
for an eye
to
exam.
even drive. And I noticed that the dizziness wasn't going away. The blurry vision went away enough that I could drive. So I thought, I'm going to go to the hospital
Lipstick
and I'm going
on a
to
pig.
get checked out, because, you know, you hear horror stories about diabetes, ketoacidosis, hyperglycemia, going into diabetic coma.
Oh my
so I
God,
decided
okay.
to go to the emergency because the walk-in clinics were pretty full for the day. And
Okay, and you are the reason why people that have actual emergencies go to the ER and they have to wait 12 hours. Stupid assholes like you going to the ER for stupid shit that should be going to a normal doctor's office.
And I don't have a family doctor. There's a wait list, okay? So in Ontario. So I went to the ER and they have...
Actually, you probably can go to a nurse practitioner in Ontario if you can't get into a doctor's office. I looked this up, as well as going to a university where they have what is it called? Like the learning I can't what is the term for that? Not on call, but whatever. Like student doctors, residents. Yeah, residents. You could go to a college or something and probably get seen by a doctor there, by a resident physician. So stop using the excuse that, oh, I'm on a waiting list for a doctor. You're full of shit. Stop clogging up the ER with your stupid bullshit and make other people have to wait a long time because of you.
Oh, my file there already, so that's good. It didn't look too busy when I got there. Honestly, I thought it was going to be kind of in and out kind of thing. You know, they would prescribe insulin or something. That's what I thought, and I would get to go.
And that's why you go to the ER, because you think, oh, they're gonna get me right in and they're gonna push me right out. No, because there's other idiots like you that are in there, which makes the wait 12 hours.
So no, I told them my symptoms. She pricked my finger, took my blood sugar. It was 23. I'll try to put the conversion
Which is
here
high
somewhere
as
in
fuck.
MGDL, but that's MMOL, and it's that's very high. So they were surprised how high it was. So then, you know, she said, okay. She took all my information.
Which, for a normal person to have high blood sugar like that, they would have sought out treatment, tried to get it under control, blah, blah, yada, yada, yada. But you have been going with full-blown untreated diabetes for years. So more than likely your body has assimilated to that level. So it's normal for your body to function as where a normal person would be like in the ER for a reason with high blood sugar like that.
She said, now we're going to have you register. So I went to register. They give you that arm bracelet thing. So then ECG, I think it's ECG tech came and said, we're going to do an ECG.
Echocardiogram.
So they take me to this little room, like ECG. I guess they're just trying to rule everything out. They hooked me up, did the ECG. Then I had to wait in the waiting room. And I was waiting for a long time, you know.
Oh, boo fucking who?
I was just like, I saw groups of people that I know registered after me go before me, okay? Now, a little...
Oh, God, fucking Karen. Why? You know why these people may be going ahead of you? Because they probably have more serious reasons to be in the ER, not some fucking bullshit. I'm dizzy because they put eye drops in my fucking eyes. Shut the fuck up.
Cute French. And I'm French Canadian, so I can make fun of the accent. I'm not making fun. I'm just going to try to imitate it.
Oh,
because,
so you can do it because you're from Canada.
You can laugh at me. No, but she came by
Hypocrisy.
And she was a volunteer. You know those like cute little old lady volunteers that are so nice? And she said, wow, you've been waiting here a lot, eh? And I said, yeah. And she said, what's your name? I will go check. I said, Chantal. And she knows how to say my name because she's French Canadian. So she said, oh, Chantal, salut, okay. I will go check. I will come right back. So she came back and she said, they didn't forget you, but they're waiting for your ECG results to figure out where to put you. Because there's different areas of the emergency, okay? There's urgent care, which you have to follow the yellow dots for, which is like minor things.
Why are you explaining this? This is a normal hospital setup, Chantal. Why are you explaining this? Is this in preparation for glitter tits?
And then there's observation, and that's if they need to monitor you, you know, hook you up and monitor you and stuff. Follow the green dots. And then there's emergent care, follow the blue dots, which I don't even know what that means. So anyways,
you know what it fucking means. Shut up.
I thought, okay, I'm going to go to the bathroom. You know, they haven't called me. Sure enough, the minute I sit down on the toilet seat, they call my name. So I have to hurry up. And I go out and I'm like, yes,
yeah,
me.
drip dry. We all know that story.
Lady, she's like, follow me. I show you where you go. And so I was expecting to go to the yellow dots. Sure enough, I was expecting to go to the yellow dots. Well, to my surprise, I was asked to go to observation. So I was getting a little worried. You know, they're waiting for my ECG results. I have to go to observation. But they did blood.
I think you're lying right here. I think they probably saw something on the echocardiogram and with the high blood sugar, and that's why they put you in observation. So you're full of shit.
While I was waiting in the ER waiting room, actually, they did blood work and hooked up an IV, you know, just in case they need to draw blood and give fluids. All right, so I get to my room in observation. There's
a hospital typically doesn't put an IV in you unless there's something going on. So stop trying to play it like, oh, this is something normally that they do. You walk in, they hook you up to an IV so everything could be done real easy. No, they do that because something was going on. So stop trying to literally sugarcoat this and make it seem less than it is.
Rooms in this area, it's more small, you know, and intensive, and there's like I have to put on a gown that didn't fit, so I had the gown half on, and then
you could have put on two gowns, button them together closed. That would have been a size 6X like,
for you. I don't know why you're here, but I'll find out. I was like, all right. So I had to retell my story. You always have to anyways. They want to hear what you have to say. Asking me symptoms, all this and that. She hooked me up. My oxygen sat was 97, which is fine. My blood pressure was 135 over, I don't even know. And they didn't seem concerned with that. And so they did take some blood from the... They just put the tube into the IV thing and take the blood that way. Very convenient. Instead of sticking you all the time, you know? So, my blood sugar started at 23 when I went in there. So I presented with the doctor came in. It was a resident doctor. She said, you have hyperglycemia. And she said, if you didn't come when you did, I suspect that it would have developed into like ketoacidosis because of the symptoms you had. Now, my blood test came back that
How would that develop with you eating Chinese food and candy and God knows what else you fucking ate? How would that be possible? You're not on a diet to set yourself into that. So explain that.
Blood wasn't acidic, but she thought that it could develop potentially into that. And so I said, oh, well, that's nice. That's not scary at all. Basically, I'm learning that diabetes is really no joke. So
you're learning this after having uncontrolled diabetes for years, and now you're just learning that diabetes is no joke. What's going to be your next test to show that diabetes is no joke? Losing a foot, having a stroke, maybe going blind, maybe having kidney failure. What will it be, Chantal?
So I do feel like an ass just laughing and having a good time eating plates of Chinese food the other day. Yeah, I do.
You are an ass.
Anyway, pardon my language. She
eating that pork-filled Chinese food.
We're going to give you insulin and try to get your blood sugar down. We want it down below 15. So I said, all right. She said, have you been taking your metformin? I'm on something that's a different name than metformin. I said, no, because it makes me very ill, and I haven't been taking it regularly. So that's a no-no also.
Okay. The metformin does make you sick at first when you take it until your body kind of levels out with this. I know this because my husband, that was one of the first medications they put him on. And it did make him sick as well. But you have to keep taking it in order for it to work. So since you don't do that, Chantal, here is where you're at. Sitting in a car in some parking lot somewhere, talking bullshit.
So, she gave me my first dose of insulin and then took a blood test about 20 minutes later. My blood sugar went down to 16.5. And then
which is still
they
fucking
did some
high.
Blood work. I forget the name of the test. I'll have to put it here somewhere. Osmo something. That, because when you're diabetic, you urinate more frequent. But if you're not drinking, if you're dehydrated and not having enough fluid or something, it leaves like sediment in your blood. I don't know. So I was highly dehydrated.
Sediment in your blood, okay.
So they gave me some fluid and...
Wait a minute. You said you were highly dehydrated from these blood tests. How do blood tests make you dehydrated? No. You're probably dehydrated because you don't drink water, number one. Number two, if you are still drinking that drink that looks like bile, that one that you're trying, the pyramid scheme drink, that was filled with caffeine, that's a diuretic that pushes fluid out as well. That can make you dehydrated.
Oh man, it wasn't on a pump, it was like a drip, so it was so slow. And I had to keep my arm a certain way or it would drip even slower. Anyway.
It's a normal IV, idiot.
Your wine, you can taste the saline in your body. Ugh.
Saline is water.
Anyway,
it has no taste,
The stuff
moron.
was very nice. So I was, there for many hours at that point. And then they tested, my blood sugar. It was like 13 something. They gave me another dose of insulin. And then finally, by the end of everything, by the time I got home, I left with an insulin, with a blood sugar reading of 11. It was a lot better than 23.
So you had 3 doses of insulin and they still couldn't get it to drop below a normal level. That should scare the shit out of you, Chantal. Seriously.
But still high. I was starving like I felt really dizzy and nauseous though, but I was still hungry. Like, I was starting to feel a bit better, but I was so tired and hungry. It was like 12 hours since I've eaten. So the lady said, we want to give you something to eat to
But
see.
wait a minute. I thought you fasted many times when you were in Kuwait. You bragged about that. So 12 hours should be nothing. So, but now all of a sudden you're starving.
How you tolerate it. So she brings this sandwich that was like, the hospital food is horrendous. I'm sorry. And you know what doesn't make sense to me? I mean, I know it's not a 5-star hotel, but like they gave me a turkey sandwich on brown, but it was like stale brown bread with like one slice of turkey and butter on it. It was like gross. But I ate.
Says a person that enjoys old lady beef curtains. Okay.
Some of it because that was the best sandwich when you're starving. Okay, they gave me water, so I ate that in the water. But then they gave me apple juice, like full sugar apple juice, and a full sugar, not diet, low fat, gluten free. It was a whole sugar.
Okay, and remember what the nurse said? They wanted to see how you were going to tolerate the food. So they're trying to test you to see if they would give you amount of sucrose or whatever, glucose, to see how your body will regulate it with the insulin in your system. That's what they were probably trying to do, Chantal.
Loaded muffin, apple cinnamon muffin, and I'm thinking, I'm in the hospital in observation for hyperglycemia, and you're giving me sugar, because if I would have eaten that and drank the apple juice with it, they would be giving me more insulin, I'm sure.
And you don't have hyperglycemia. I don't know why you keep trying to push that narrative. That's some bullshit. You have full-blown uncontrolled diabetes, an enlarged heart, probably kidney damage because of what you've done to yourself. So stop trying to push the hyperglycemia.
It was just so weird. I was telling Salon, like, I'm here for hyperglycemia and they're giving me sugar. Anyway.
You're stupid.
So I didn't eat that. I said, I'm sorry. She's like, hey, you don't have to. She's like,
I don't want to eat that. I'm going to go to Burger King.
About that. I said, no, it's just that, I'm just afraid to have something with sugar.
You're full of shit.
She's like, oh, okay, I'll just.
You are so full of shit. You were just cramming a fucking Turk candy bar in your fucking head hole. And now all of a sudden, I don't want to eat sugar. Get the fuck out of here.
I'll take it away. So that was that. They just told me to stay. They didn't prescribe me insulin. They told me to just stay on my metformin type of drug that I have from
because
Kuwait,
you have to give it a chance to work, you fucking idiot.
With a family doctor, which I don't have. So
go and get one, happening. Lazy.
So I thought that's where my night ends. She said, she comes in, she says, do you want to go home? Because I think they were going to keep me. And I said, I really want to go home. I'm so tired. I don't have.
I bet you they wanted to keep you to get your blood sugar down. Because my husband has gone through this at the beginning before he controlled his diabetes. If it's like, I think one time his blood sugar in the early stages was real high. It was like in the 300s. He went to the hospital. They kept him there to try to get it down to a normal level. And I bet you 100% the hospital wanted to keep your dumb ass there to get it down to a normal level, but you probably threw a little tantrum like you always do because you're a big baby.
My CPAP. I'm just sweaty from just laying in the little cot. My bottom hurts so bad.
That's really sad. You're that out of shape that you're sweating while laying in a hospital bed. Damn, that's fucked up.
My lower back. I want to go home. So she let me go home.
Because you were probably throwing shit in the ER.
Yeah, she let me go home. And I thought my night was over. So, she takes out my IV and everything. And I had to go to the parking garage. It's cold, it's dark, it's creepy. I'm on the top floor, the 5th floor of the parking garage. That's where my car's parked. Because there was nowhere to park. When I came in, the parking lot was almost full.
Yeah, because fuckers like you are filling up the ER for some bullshit.
I had to take an elevator. Parking garage elevators are one of the types of elevators I'm the most scared of. You guys know I have issues with elevators, claustrophobia. I got stuck in them before, so I have some trauma there. So I just started trusting elevators again. Since where I live in Kuwait, we take an elevator, right? So
you don't live in Kuwait. You were an illegal squatter there, so shut up.
But I'm always with Salah. Anyway,
glitter tits.
So I go by myself. My phone is dead at this point because I didn't think I would be in the hospital for 12 hours, so I didn't plan right. All right, so the elevator comes, I press the button, and I can hear it like boom, 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 going through the levels coming to get me. I get in, 5th floor, the doors close, everything's fine until I get...
So, wait a minute. Now I'm thinking about it. Your phone was dead because you didn't plan right. But I thought going to the ER was like a spur of the moment thing because the eye drops made you dizzy, but you didn't plan right. So did you plan to go to the ER? Which one is it?
The 5th floor. I feel like a little drop, and I'm thinking, okay, it's just leveling out. The elevator
probably because you're at maximum weight capacity. Because as somebody who's afraid of
elevators, I've watched many videos on how they work to help me like desensitize, to help me understand that, you know, I'm going to be okay. The doors don't open, and I'm thinking, okay, it's just going to take a while to level. Some elevators do that. Nope, doesn't open. I'm stuck in the elevator, okay? I got stuck in the parking lot elevator, and I'm like, I don't have my phone. What am I going to do? It's freezing. It's not a heated elevator.
Isn't there a phone usually in the elevator as well as an alarm? So if it's that type of situation, you're literally not trapped. Stop behaving like a fucking child. You are 40 years old.
Elevator, because it's in a parking garage. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm in this cold steel metal box trapped, and I'm thinking, LOL. Oh my gosh, I start immediately panicking, like that fight or flight response, that I'm like, oh my gosh, my worst fear. I'm thinking, but I had to like reason with myself, okay, my worst fear is happening, what am I gonna do, you know? And I'm like, okay, just stay calm. I'm like, screw this. I took my hand. It was one of those doors that were split, they opened like this, so I just like pried, because I was on the 5th floor. I must have been, like, you know. So I pried
what do you mean you must
the doors
have
open
been?
with my hands, and it wasn't fully leveled. So I had to, like, kind of, like,
there's literally bugs flying
you know?
around her.
So I'm like, that's what happened. It wasn't leveling.
In the
so
car.
The doors won't open if the elevator's not leveled for, you know, security features. Well, I pried those doors open, and they opened, and I got out. Anyways, like, I'm never taking that.
I don't know. You know what's really weird? The way she's talking and her tone of voice right now really is reminiscent of Amy's life journey. Another crazy bitch.
I'm like, see ya! I actually verbally looked at the elevator and flipped it off. I'm not kidding. That was very crass of me, but...
Crass? Whew, you are the definition of crass.
Remember that and trap me again. See how my dumb mind works. Anyway, so that's my story. That was very scary, and I never want to go through that again. I don't want to pass away from this. Diabetes is just...
You probably will.
Really not something to mess with. And I think I've fully grasped that, having gone through what I've gone through. Every time I think there's a new low and I get a help...
Wait a minute. Did you say this? Like, how many times did you say this when you were squatting in Kuwait? And... like this, I don't want to go through this again, or I'm on a new life journey, health journey, blah, 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 blah. Okay, how many times are you going to keep saying this? And then you get mad when people call you out on your bullshit. Like, I think you're the type of person that reality is going to hit you when you start losing limbs and going blind and having strokes. Then you're going to fucking realize, oh shit, I have diabetes, but it's going to be too late for you.
Problem, I think, okay, this is it. But I think this is definitely it. And I can't in good conscience continue to eat crappy food, especially on the channel, knowing that I've just revealed to you guys how it affects my health. So I'm going to be...
Wait a minute. You didn't just reveal this shit. We've been known this shit for a couple years. that you've had diabetes as well as probably some other shit. So this isn't new, Chantal. So I don't know, like, is this for glitter tits or the government? What is this propaganda for? It's all bullshit.
Focusing on health journey.
Fake health journey.
And, you know, just vlogs and being healthy. And, you know, you could say, well, you're going to lose money, you're going to lose views. I don't care about that for one. But honestly, if you look at my videos, that's not true. My vlogs get more views than my mukbangs anyways.
That's bullshit.
So I just want to share. I just want to help. I don't care about how many views it gets. Like, you know, obviously views are nice, but if I can help somebody and help myself at the same time.
Okay, who the fuck are you trying to help? Because you give out false medical information. So who exactly are you trying to help? Don't help anybody. You're not even helping yourself. You shouldn't even be giving any type of exercise, eating, health, anything that has to do with that. Any type of fucking advice. No. Nada. Nothing.
Win-win. All right, so thanks for listening to my story. I've just been very busy, but I hope to go live and do more content for you guys. Yada, yada, yada. So I haven't been feeling the greatest. And when you don't feel great...
Because you have uncontrolled diabetes?
You know? So, here's to hoping I get better. All right, guys, thanks for listening. And,
okay, that was some bullshit. I don't believe her, the entire ER story. She left some shit out. They probably tried to keep her. She probably threw a tantrum. Whatever. She's full of shit. So go to hell, Chantal. But to everybody else, have a great night, and I'll see you when I see you.